Hello and welcome to today's video. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if this is your first time here. So today we're going to be doing our SQL, Power BI and Excel project, as you've seen in the title down below. So it's a health analytics data set that we're going to be tackling. And it's a data set that contains the details of a number of people who are diagnosed with OCD. So this is the data set. Some of the columns include patient ID, which is a unique identifier, age, gender, ethnicity, marital status, education, and so many others. So I just wanted us to get a preview of the data set here. But now let's jump onto MySQL and get on with the analysis. Okay, so we're going to be answering 5 questions. So what's the count of female versus males that have OCD and their average obsession score by gender? Then we'll also get the count and average obsession score by ethnicity. So by ethnicity, then we want to find the number of people diagnosed month over month, and so on and so forth. So I'll just read the question as we go. But before we continue, if you're new here, my name is Stacey Samoe, and I'm a data analyst. I love sharing my knowledge and the skills that I've acquired so far, hence why I create tutorials and projects around data. So far, I've majorly been working with, of course, SQL, Power BI, Tableau, Excel, Python, But with time, I'll also diversify and get into tools like Looker, because I'm doing a school project that requires Looker, so I'm learning it. I might as well share my skills with you guys. But if that's something you're into and you'd like to learn and grow with me, feel free to, subscribe and stay on with me in this journey. And 2024, I plan to start doing sit-down videos, just telling you guys how I got into data, what worked for me, what didn't work for me, how I am managing to upskill, to grow, how did I eventually master all these tools? Something you're interested in? Stay tuned, guys. Otherwise, let's get into the video. So we're going to start with SQL, then we'll jump onto Power BI, then we'll create the same dashboard that you create on Power BI on Excel. So SQL, Power BI, Excel. Okay, so the count of female versus male that have OCD and their average obsession score by gender. I'm just wondering if I should keep this very simple or if I should show you guys something. Okay, let me start with something that's not very simple, then we'll get into something a bit more simple. So we're going to count and percent. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is to just select the gender column here, and we want to count patient ID. So patient ID, because that's the unique identifier. So we count all the patient IDs, and the ones that are attached to gender female will be counted differently. The ones that are attached to gender male will be counted differently. We'll name this patient count. And we're also interested in the average obsession score by gender. So we do average, I think, no, that's obsession type. We're interested in obsession score as average. Okay, so in case most of these things that I'm doing are very new to you, like you're not very familiar with aggregate functions, you're not very familiar with group by, feel free to go and check out my various tutorials on aggregate functions, on group by, order by, having, etc. I have a whole SQL series from beginner level all the way to advanced SQL. Feel free to go check it out. So grouping by one, so we want to group it by gender. So after we count, we want to group it by gender, Then we want to order by 2. So we want to order by patient count. So order by default is in ascending order, starts from the least to the most. So let's run this. Let's run this and see what will happen. So there you go. So we have a total of 747 females and 553 females. So as you can see, the average score is in 4 decimal places. We can make this a bit neater by rounding it off to 2 decimal places. So let's run that. There you go. So it's a bit neater. So I want to get the percent of, so the percent of male versus female, yeah, who were diagnosed with OCD. So that's basically from everyone on the data set, what percentage is male, what percentage is female. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to download this data set here, because we're going to use this data set as is. So let me just, I need to delete something. So, okay. So I'm going to save this data set as is, yeah, because, okay, save. We don't actually need to actually calculate the percentages for the visual, but I'm just going to show you how to calculate percentages. But for the visual, this is the data that we're going to use, okay? So we're going to use something called CTEs, yeah, with data as. So if you're not familiar with CTEs, again, feel free to go and check out my video on CTEs. So these are just temporary tables. Yeah, if you want to learn more about it, get more specific, a few more examples beyond this one, feel free to go check out my tutorial, yeah? So we're creating a temporary table and we're naming it data. And this table is going to contain, it's going to store this, our output here. So if we do select all from data and we run this, as you can see, that's what appears, yeah? So if we want to get the percent, we can use, what is it called? Aggregate function inside a case statement. Yeah, so we're going to use case statements plus aggregate function. Yeah. So the first thing we're going to do is to just case. Actually, start with, because we are summing it. Yeah. So sum case when gender into we undo. Okay, yeah. So case when gender equals female, then patient count. So I advise you to avoid typing, because you know sometimes you could make like a very small typo. Sometimes you could make a very small typo, and debugging can be very annoying, though. Okay, yeah, debugging can be very annoying, so copy pasting is safer than typing from scratch, else 0, yeah. So what this is, count female, yeah. Let's run that and see what happens. In my syntax. The case statement is not complete. And okay, there you go. So so we are summing the whole thing. So case when gender is female, then patient count else 0. So as you can, if you remember, our female count was 787, yeah? So let's do the same, but for males. Count male, yeah? So let's run this and see what happens. So that we have count of female, count of male, yeah? So if you want to get the percent count, we have to take number of female divide by number of female plus male times 100, yeah? So, oh, I didn't name this. Or did I delete it by mistake? Okay, so let's take female divide by female. So I'm going to put this down here, plus male. Okay. As percent female, yeah? Let's run that and see what happens. So let me just bring this a bit closer. So we can all kind of see what is going on. So I can get rid of this for now. So we have a good view. I'll bring it back when I need it. Okay, so let's run that and see what happens. And you can also save. So there, that's 0.49, yeah? So notice it's not a percentage yet. So times 100. Okay, so to clean it up, we can use the round function. This time you also close the 100, so round to do this to two decimal places. That's 49.80%. Yeah. So this is as female, so we can put a comma there. So let me just make this a bit neat. Okay, so yeah, we can do this. So we can just copy paste. Because when you want to calculate for male, it's the exact same thing. The only thing is now here, the numerator is male. Then of course we rename this to percentage male. And yeah, let's run that. So there you go. So yeah, if maybe you work on a SQL editor notebook and you're able to like do your visuals on the same place, yeah? So you won't do further calculations on, like you won't be moving to Power BI, you won't be moving to Tableau. So there are platforms like that here. So you need to calculate some of these things like in SQL and then visualize them. Yeah, so that's why I was like, you know what? Yes, Power BI will automatically assign the percentages when we move to Power BI for visualization, but I thought it would also be nice to just show you guys how to calculate this percentage. Or even sometimes you just need to extract a report and that report needs to have a column with percentages. How do you do it? On my SQL, this is how you do it. On Postgres, I think it's easier. Or maybe it's because I used PostgreSQL every other day, so I'm biased. But yeah, it has a function where you just be like, some patient ID, count patient ID, filter where gender is equal to female. So it's definitely a less heavy syntax compared to this. And yes, guys, that's it for the first question. Let's go to question number 2. So I'm just going to comment this out. I'm going to comment this out and we'll go to the second question here. Count and average obsession score by ethnicities that have OCD. Oh my God, very bad English. It's because this is not the original question. But yeah, we just want the count the number of ethnicity. So like from everyone who has OCD, yeah, what's the distribution per ethnicity? Yeah. Yeah, I need to improve this question. I can't. So that's count of patients by ethnicity and their respective average obsession score. Okay. So we can do select ethnicity and count patient ID, the unique identifier, as patient count. Then you want the average obsession score, and we'll just call it obsession score from. Let's get our dataset. This makes it look neater. Remember to save. And we are grouping by one, so that's ethnicity. And we want to order by two. So that's patient count. So from the least to the most, we can select that, and there you go. So we have the various ethnicity, patient count, obsession score, and yeah, we can save our data set. So this is what ethnicity. Okay, so number of people diagnosed with OCD month over month. I'm not even sure this data set is from what year to what year, but yeah, let's see the results we'll get, and then it will advise on any filters that we're going to add. Yes, the first thing we need to do is that's the OCD diagnosis date is in text format, yeah? So we need to change this into date type. So the syntax for that is alter table. So what's our table name? Let's pick it from here. So that's our table name. And then we want to modify a specific column. So that's, and we want to modify it to date. And yeah, let's run that. So it will take a while to run. Let's just give it a minute. There you go. So just come here, refresh all, and then as you can see, it's now in date format. So we can comment that out and then start our analysis. Always remember to save. And yeah, so what do we want month over month? Yeah. So we're going to be using a function called date format. What happened? Why is it not responding? Okay, it's back. So we're going to be using a function called date format, yeah. And we're going to have our OCD diagnosis date in there. And then we want year, month, and then the day will be replaced by 0, 1. So all this needs to be in quotation marks, and then so yeah, it's basically just replicating, like, oh, why does my date format have an error? As month. Because I didn't do select. I was so quick to get into the question. So select date format from our data set. Okay, so we want the diagnosis month over month. So it's still going to be count patient ID, because we want to count the number of people and attach them to their respective month. I need to show you guys something. So patient count. So yeah, let's finish this, then I'll show you. So group by 1, and we're going to order by 1 also. So yeah, let's just run this and see what happens, and then I'll just take time to explain something to you. So yeah, this is from 2013 all the way to 2020 November. So notice that it's in order, yeah? So what I want to do now is, let me just put this down here, then I comment this out. So we have month, then let's just take the diagnosis date, but we need our select and comment that. Let me run that. So yeah, so what this is basically doing is, as you can see here, this is 2016 July, yeah, but the date format ignores the date, like the day, yeah, the day. It just focuses on the month and the year. Because if you want to visualize this day by day, imagine how that visual would look. So in this situation, if they were like, I'm looking for 2 months. So like, yeah, this day, they're not the same, they're not the same. Let me do order by 1. Let's order by 1. And then let's run that. Okay. So yeah, so this is perfect. So the number of people who were diagnosed, yeah, so the number of people who were diagnosed on the 17th. So let's say this is one person, another one person on the 17th of Feb 2013. On the 17th of Feb 2013. So what's going to happen is, it won't be one, now it will be aggregated. So it's 2 people diagnosed in the month of November 2013. So it's aggregating these 2 into one. Actually, all these people who are diagnosed in February 2013, regardless of the day, they'll be aggregated into one. So yeah, this is basically what this function is doing. So I've just taken time to explain that a bit more, because I've not created tutorials on how to manipulate date. Okay, yeah, this is not supposed to be here just for the purposes of this. So yeah, so I've just taken time to explain that, because I've not yet created tutorials to just explain how to manipulate date functions in SQL. So I thought it's fair for me to just take time to explain that. And yeah, as I said earlier, if you'd like to learn more, you want to go along this journey with me as I share the skills and knowledge that I've gained so far, yeah, feel free to subscribe. Yeah, for sure, a tutorial on how to manipulate date functions in my SQL specifically is going to come very soon. Yeah, so if you're interested, feel free to subscribe. If you've liked this video so far, yeah, let me know down in the comments. Also, just like, that's another way of letting me know that these videos are useful for you. And yeah, if there's a specific piece of content you want me to create around anything data analytics and data science, actually, please feel free to let me know down in the comments below. Otherwise, guys, that's it for the third question. So we have 2 more questions, then we jump on to our visualization tool. Oh, let me sip my water. Oops, sorry. What is the most common obsession type? So we want the count and its respective average obsession score. So the last 2 are very quick. So we're going to select obsession score. No, we want the obsession type, yeah? And we want to count patient ID as patient count. Oh yeah, then we want the average obsession score as from. Yeah, so here it stays the same. So that's our data set. And we want to group by 1, which is the obsession type, and we want to order by 2, which is the patient count. Oh, I didn't say this one. So this is diagnosis. Okay, so yeah, we can run this. So that was 3. Did I save 2? Yeah, I did. Okay, so yeah, let's run that. And there you go. So various obsession types. This is the count. This is the obsession score. So yeah, the next thing we're just going to do is just clean this a bit, round to 2 decimal places. Okay. Obsession type. Okay, and we go to the last question. So the last question is very similar to the first question. So I'm going to copy paste the whole code. Yeah, then here instead of obsession type, we're going to have compulsion type. Yeah, it is. So we still want to group it by 1. We still want to order it by the second one. So let's run that. Let's save what we've done so far. And let's save this. So it's compulsion type. Okay, so yeah, let's save that. And yeah, guys, we're done with the SQL bit of this tutorial. So yeah, please note I'm going to be sharing the link to the dataset down below in the not comment section, in the description. And I'll also share the link with the code in the description. And yeah, in one of my previous projects, someone asked me to also be sharing this mini data sets. And yeah, so I'll create a drive and just put them all there with the what is it called? With the project title and date it went up. So just in case I do another health analytics project, you'll be able to track it. But I'll also just put everything in the drive by year and quarters. Yeah, so it will be like 2023, Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. But of course, I'm going to start with Q4, Q3, Q4. I don't know. Did I do any when I created this YouTube channel? I think it's in Q3. So yeah, that's how my key to using my drive, but I'm not sure if I'm going to do that now. So it's a bit late and I'm getting a bit exhausted. So I will link the dataset code, but I'll link the mini datasets that we've created together tomorrow for me, tomorrow, my time tomorrow. Yeah, so just know by like 24 hours after this project goes up, you should have the drive. If you view this 24 hours before, sorry, but I might change my mind and just decide to put it now. But yeah, let's go into the visuals. Okay, sorry about that. Clearly the exhaustion is kicking in. But yeah, I think we're going to go on for like about maybe 30 more minutes, slightly more, slightly less. But yeah, so the first thing we're going to do is to just load all the mini data sets that we created. So it doesn't take so long to load. So we'll just do this together. So this is the compulsion types. Yeah, so let's give it a minute. And it will appear here. You can see it there. Then the next thing that we want to add is diagnosis, month over month. Okay, so we're just going to keep that data set as long as it was, because I remembered we're supposed to look at how long it is and decide on a filter, but it's okay. Like, it's okay. If you have any questions to, like, if you want to know how to limit it, if you feel like it's messy, if you want to know how to rename them. Yeah, if you just have any further questions about anything we've done on this project, please feel free to put them down in the comments below. I get back to almost all my comments anyway. Yeah, so I'll get back to you because it just hit me that we didn't do that, but yeah, we're already here. So let's continue. So gender, and then we're going to, the last one that we're going to be uploading is the obsession type. Okay. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 data sets. So I want to start by just firstly labeling our dashboard. Yeah. So this is the health analytics dashboard. Okay, so let's highlight that, bold it, center line it. Let's see what size. Pretty distant here. So I want us to start with the line chart. Yeah, and let's see how month and yeah. Okay. Makes sense. So this would be so nice to have like a slicer that can help us understand. But anyway, so we're just doing, this is like analysis at a point in time. So we just want to know everything about this data set. So as you can see, this is towards the end of the year. What happened? Like, why did the diagnosis go up? Towards the end of 2018, it was not the same. Towards the end of 2014, towards the end of 2015, actually, even towards the end of 2014, it spikes. End of 2017, almost similar. I don't know, like interesting. Like I'm curious. Like I'd want to know why this spike. So if you want to change something about the title, so you can just come to title. Yeah, so you could, the only thing I want to do is honestly center align it and bold it. No, I don't want to bold it. Yeah. And there you go. We have our first visual. So the next thing I want us to do is to just look at, we can use a donut chart or a pie chart. Let's use a donut chart. I'm thinking we're on Tableau. So I just want us to use a donut chart to get a picture of the gender. So in this whole time period, yeah, was it more men or women? Oh, this would be so cool. Like if we did month over month, then we group by male versus female, then we can say it. Guys, should we go back to SQL and do that? Let's go back, you guys. Let's go back. Okay, so firstly, or should I just stick to my agenda, you guys? But I think it would be so cool. Anyway, let's just finish. Let's stick to what I plan to do this. So that idea that has come into my head, I will do it in the next project. You guys, can I just say something? Like my first SQL Power BI project did so well. I didn't expect it. It's my highest watched video right now. Last I checked, which was sometime last week, it was like at 10.2K. Now I don't know. I know it's at 10 point something K. It's not at 11K, but I don't know if it's like at 10.5. I don't know. And you guys, thank you. And let me tell you something, like I learned data, like my first BI tool, business intelligence tool, was Tableau. And I'm very comfortable with like SQL. I'm very comfortable with Python. Hence why I even started with creating tutorials on those two. And when I wanted to create a SQL Power BI, because I was like, if I just do an SQL project, please feel free to skip over this if you're just interested in the project and not my stories. And I really need to start these sit downs because clearly I have a lot to say. But yeah, when I first started that project, like I was so scared, you guys, because I was like, this is the first time I'm working on Tableau. So I watched, Power BI, I watched a quick tutorial, shout out to her data project YouTube channel. Her tutorial is what guided, one of our projects is what guided me. So feel free to also go and check her out. She creates very dope content, very nice projects and other tutorials, yeah. And when I created that project, I was so scared. And I felt like it's so basic. I felt like I can do more than I did. But the way you people received it, 10K plus views, and it's been just 2 months. Wow, thank you. And I'm just seeing and feeling how comfortable I'm getting with like creating content and doing like Power BI, Tableau visualizations. And I'm just like, first of all, thank you for being here. And secondly, I see why they tell you to just start. Like if you want to start doing content, just start. Don't wait to be perfect, because I was not perfect and that video still did so well. And now I'm in my second video and I'm more comfortable, I'm more confident, and I'm just like, I want to try this, I want to try this. But no. Another tip about being a data analyst, stick to the scope, because the trials, things you want to investigate will never end. So you stick to the scope and you can put whatever else you want to investigate in a second project with a different scope. But yeah, I just hope you get my point. Like just start. Like they were getting very confident and comfortable in Power BI. Oh my God, I can't believe this. But yeah, let's get back to it. So what do we want to visualize here? Gender. Yeah, we can do gender. Then we make it shorter. So gender will be in the legends. And then let's do count. So we're going to stick to count in all the visuals. There you go. So the next thing I'm going to take is ethnicity. And I want to use, oops, can I undo? Yeah, so the next thing I want is ethnicity. And I want to use a tree map. So ethnicity, patient count. Okay, they're almost evenly distributed. And yeah, so the last two things we're going to be doing, I want to put them in, should I put them in horizontal charts? I'm not sure if I'm feeling this, but it's communicating what needs to be communicated. I'm just not sure if I'm feeling it. I'm just wondering if I can use a horizontal bar chart here. I think that's a bit better. Like you can quickly see that Caucasian had the highest number of count, like in terms of people who are diagnosed with OCD, Caucasian were the highest, followed by Hispanic, Asian, then African. But you should always, okay, so we come to general. I just like center aligning my titles. And there you go. So yeah, you can quickly see that. So the last thing we're going to do, and I want to use bar chart is, okay. So I want to use a bar chart is, we're still going to use count. There you go. So washing, counting, checking, praying, ordering. So washing is the highest type of compulsion. And yeah, this can be stretched a bit. You can stretch it a bit because this one's, I want them to be almost equal. Okay, and we're going to select another bar chart. And now we are going to obsession types. So obsession type is our label, and we want patient count. Ooh, what if I change it to this? And then I have it stacked. Okay, so we come to so the average obsession score is very, like it's very close to each other. So as you can see, let me just click out somewhere. The most occurring obsession, some patients, I need to change the new. I need to change the title. So it's obsession score against patient count. Obsession score score I'm still not convinced if that's the best visual. I might actually just prefer so you can clearly see who had the highest obsession score, and this is their respective average, what's it called? Average obsession score. So the most occurring obsession type. Oh, the title is wrong. So it's obsession type against patient count. Obsession count against average obsession score. Average obsession score. Okay, that's okay now. Okay. Yeah. Okay. And guys, that's it for our Power BI dashboard. So let me just save this. And yeah, we're going to jump onto Excel next and create a dashboard that is communicating the same thing. We might not necessarily use the exact same visual, but it will be communicating the same thing. Yeah, so yeah, let me just switch to. Okay, so what I've basically done here is I've just copy pasted all the mini data sets that we created. So I'm just going to bold them out. So we know who is who. So I just bold the title so I also don't get confused. Yeah. And we're going to try and replicate the same dashboard that we did on Power BI. So as you can see, this is our month-over-month data set. This is number of people grouped by the various compulsion types and their respective obsessive score, the various ethnicity, how many people by ethnicity were diagnosed with OCD with their respective obsessive score. Same thing here. So these are just obsession type, number of people per obsession type, and their respective obsessive, what is it called? Obsessive score. So we are going to, yeah. So I guess I forgot to do this on SQL, so we'll just do it here. Okay. So the first thing I like to do is to just remove. Oh my gosh, let me just minimize this a bit because yeah, this is a bit better. So the first thing I like to do is to just come to view and I want to remove the grid lines. Yeah, because I want this to be clean. Yeah. So we can come back to home. And the first one we're going to have here is the diagnosis month over month. Yeah. Then we'll also just be here like health analytics dashboard. Yeah. So let me just confirm that I spelled that correctly. So health analytics dashboard. Oh, what's happening? What's happening, my people? Okay. Okay, so health analytics dashboard. We have diagnosis month over month, and the next thing we're going to put there is, so how I'm visualizing this, I want it to look kind of like the Tableau one that we just did. So we have the line graph at the top. We have the line graph at the top, and then after the line graph at the top, who will we do next? Okay, yeah, no, but I want to place them. So, okay. So this, okay, we'll see how long it goes, then we'll edit it. Then here we can have compulsion type. So we can have compulsion type there. Then you can have ethnicity. So feel free to give them better names, honestly. And then obsession can come somewhere here. And then gender. Gender can come somewhere there. But you feel free to give them better names than I have. And then we can just insert. Yeah, because I'm trying to push that away, but I'll push it more once we are done. Okay, so yeah, let's start with this here. So we're just going to highlight here. And then we'll come to insert. And then recommended charts, but I already know what I want. So I want a line chart. Yeah. Okay, so this will mess with our data. Okay. This will mess with our data. So we don't want the chart title. We don't want the grid. I don't like how this looks, but it's even more weird when you remove it. So let's just keep it here. And then, the good thing is they're like this. So I want to do X and probably push them somewhere here. And then I'm going to bring this here. I want to stretch it, but I want it to come up. We're going to cut this again and bring you here. Okay. I really hate this thing. It's so ugly. But yeah, so we can bold, then we can highlight this and merge, and then we can color, we can choose a color. Let's go with dark blue. So I want the writing to be in white. So diagnosis month over month. A bit ugly, but you get it. So I want it white, blue, merge, bold. It's already center aligned. Okay. Yeah, let's quickly create our visual for compulsion. Am I saying it all time? Ethnicity, gender, and obsession. Okay, so compulsion. It's also weird when I say it. I don't know. Okay, so same thing. Insert. Let's see who are the recommended. What did I use the other time? So you can use a line chart here. It's not going to become that tiny. Oh, okay. So we don't want the title. We don't want the grid lines. That's all. Oh, sorry. Undo. Okay. So we're just going to make this a bit more tiny. Okay. And it's actually working. Ethnicity. As tiny as possible. So we don't want the title, we don't want the grid lines because we already have the title here and the grid lines here. Yay! So obsession type is the next one. I'll either use a horizontal bar or a vertical bar. Let me use a vertical bar. As usual, we don't want the title, we don't want the grid lines, and we want it as tiny as possible. So, I'm related is the most common. And then the last but not least, insert. So here I'm going to use a pie chart. And yeah, as usual, we don't the chart title, but we want to keep the legend, of course. So male versus female in our data set. Okay, so what I want to do is just insert. Oh, this one is getting bigger. I don't want it to get bigger. Okay, and guys, shrink this further. I wonder what will happen if I hide this. Oops, we can't hide it. Okay. But yeah, this is actually not too bad. But yeah, there is our visual. There is our dashboard, our health analytics dashboard. So we have our, one thing that I've not done. Okay, so we want this white, bold, margin center line. That looks so nice, people. Okay, this is just, guys, we are done, by the way. We are done. This is just me trying to make the dashboard a bit more aligned, a bit more organized, but this is done. We're just doing something very basic. And guys, as I mentioned earlier, like this YouTube channel, like creating content for you guys is really challenging me in a good way. And I cannot wait to just come back and see how much we have all grown. Like I can't wait to come back and create for you guys some some amazing tutorials. Why did it do two? Just finish this. Oh, it's because I selected two. And I'm supposed to select one till here. So merge blue white. So this guy needs to go up a bit. So I can come back here. And we need to make you smaller. Okay, so let me just give the closing address, then I can keep on trying to make my dashboard pretty. Control save. But yeah, guys, that's it for this video. Thank you for staying till the end. If you found this video insightful, if you liked it, please feel free to like. Let me know down in the comment below, like, what did you like about it? What did you not like? What more would you like? What other type of projects, content would you like me to see? Would you like to see from me? Yeah, I'm also starting to feel like we are, what is it called? We're outgrowing the very basic dashboards. I like the next thing I want to just sit down and practice is like pivot tables. I want to come back and create for you guys a dynamic dashboard, a more dynamic dashboard than Excel, and a more dynamic dashboard on Power BI. But as you can see, forgive the ugliness, what you can do on Power BI can be done on Excel. Yeah. So yeah, the only thing is, yeah, Power BI is a bit more visually pleasing compared to Excel. It's easier to use. You don't have to worry so much about positioning, because when you click the grid, like the box that encloses your visual appears, when you click out of it, it disappears. So you don't really have to worry about alignments. You can even just see like these visuals are more visually pleasing. Yeah, so that's, yeah, like Power BI is just more convenient, but if Excel is all you have to work with, or what you know, you can start by perfecting on your visualization and dashboard making skills there before you jump on to Power BI, Tableau, etc. Otherwise, guys, that's it for me. So one thing is I'm going to do this same project, but on Python. So if that's something you're interested in, yeah, stay tuned. And that means subscribe, put on the notification bell so that when I do the Python health analytics project, you are notified. Otherwise, guys, that's it for me. Thank you for staying to the end. And yeah, thanks for we're like at 717 subs now, and decent number of views across my projects and tutorials. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it. Motivation to keep creating tutorials, projects for you guys. And I cannot wait to start doing sit down videos and just telling you guys about my journey, how I looked for these jobs, creating my CVs, building my portfolio projects. I cannot wait. Guys, I can talk till tomorrow. So you know what? And my sister always tells me in Swahili, if I've told you I'm going to do something today, let's do it, because tomorrow never reaches. But she says, wacha nifanye leo kwa sababu kesho haifiki, because tomorrow will reach and I'll still say tomorrow. So I can talk till tomorrow. Let's close it here. But yeah, I clearly have the energy for sit down videos. But guys, bye. Once again, if you like this, feel free to like. Let me know in the comments down below. Let me know what other types of videos you'd like to see. Yes, subscribe and see you on the next one. Bye.